It's like, bro, yeah, show it. Wake up! What's up, everybody? I'm Paul. This is Dom. We're with the Reverse Shrimp Company. One of the most common questions asked in jiu-jitsu is, how do I get out of side control? Just don't get there in the first place. Don't get your guard passed. No, just kidding. We'll go over a few escapes for you guys today that might be helpful for you.
Let's get into it.
Let's first talk about, a little bit of prevention, right?
So now, the one detail I'm going to share with you guys that's like the biggest detail for prevention is getting a cross shoulder post and controlling this wrist. This arm is going to come in for a crossface on me. And if I let this happen, this is too late. Now things are going to get worse, and we're going to have to go into all the escapes we're about to share with you. But early prevention, if I'm going to do anything at all, I'm going to control this shoulder. And if he comes forward, I could frame into his neck with my forearm. And this wrist is obviously controlled. One other thing you can do is make a connection to your knee for your knee shield, and you get this big, long frame. And this will help keep him at bay as well. But again, the most important detail is that I'm controlling this arm. And I actually got this from Chewy. He did the Iron Squirrel video where he's blocking this arm. That's the biggest thing in just preventing side control. And obviously there's so many other things that you could do here, butterfly hooks, whatnot, but I'd want to control this arm. So now say I did not, and that's where we're going to get into all our escapes for you.
So I did not do any of that.
Yeah, failed.
He passed my guard. I failed completely. He has this cross face. I have my arm on this side. It's all bad, right? So this is like one of the last ones, right? But it happens fast, right? And when this happens in real time, it's really applicable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge, and when I bridge, I want to make sure my toes are close to my butt. Right? Because if they're far away, I don't get a powerful bridge. They're close to my butt, and I can really get a good bridge. When I do, a couple things are happening simultaneously. My elbow is dropping to block his hip here, and my left arm is coming up, and you'll see I'm gonna do this a few times, you'll see my bicep go across his face. Boom, boom. And when it does, it throws him off. So I bridge up at the same time, simultaneously coming up. When I do, I'm able to shrimp away and come back inside. When I do, I'm folding this arm inside here, my right arm to block his tricep, and I'm coming inside here. Don't leave your feet dangling. I like to bring mine back a little bit. He'll square up and want to pull his arm back, and I'm good to go, right? We'll talk about a couple things here, but when I bridge, boom, and I'm back. All right. So again, you'll see me bridge up, drop, and shoot this arm. Right? Like I said, I don't want to be down. I want it with my feet far away from my butt. I want to be closer so to be more powerful. Boom, and I'm back. When he starts to pull away, I'm already bringing this arm inside. If I was able to hold over the top, this is fine, where I can start kind of getting some kind of like a pinch guard here. But he'll pull away. When he does, I can control here. I can grab, but make sure you control this arm here, because if you don't, and my foot here is exposed. So this could be a dangerous position where he can just kind of sit up and go right into a foot attack, a heel hook, and things like that. It can be bad. It can be devastating. So make sure that you are controlling when you escape.
That leads into our next one, and this is a escape that I like to gravitate towards. It's the ghost escape. So this happens in transition, as most of these do, and the timing is everything on this. So as Paul's coming in, and I've messed up here, right? He's got his head arm coming in. He's got that cross face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to go underneath his belly here, right, and get this frame. And my left arm is going to frame on his head, and I'm using the same hip motion that Paul was using here. I'm not, exploding my hips with my feet all the way out here. I'm bringing them as close to my butt as I can. And this all happens simultaneously. I'm going to hit a big explosive movement to drive Paul this way. And then my left arm will fold onto his tricep to help keep him broken down as I scoot my body out underneath him and then come to face him in the front headlock. So it looks like this. I'm switching to his arm. And then the last detail is I like to reach for a chin strap. As I come out and around, I square up with him. So full speed. That looks like this. All right. Now, there's one other reaction you're gonna get. Sometimes you get stuck. And I like to go ghost, ghost. But the second ghost is more just a big frame to get my guard back into play here. So, say I'm going for the ghost, and I get stuck, and Paul's holding me tight. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back, reset my feet, and I'm gonna drive towards him. That allows me to shrimp out, bring my knees in. And then we're in that same position that we were just going through.
In real time, you chain those together. Even with the first one, you can at least pull one of them off. Yeah. You know, and also remember when you're the top guy and you're the opponent, remember you should know when to disengage. A lot of times, you know, a lot of guys will hold on to the position. They want to hold and squeeze, and you got to know when to engage and disengage. So that'll lead us into this one here. So down past, I'd like to have this arm on the other side. Sometimes I can't get it there or whatever. I messed up. So what I do is I'm still going to bridge. When I bridge, that's how I'm able to get my arms in. Sure, I'd like to, you know, maybe, you know, feet in, bring my elbows and things like that, but I like to bridge. Even if I got to do a few different bridges, boom, boom, and I'm able to get my hand inside here. Sometimes I'm able to get in here and start to cross and things, but I'm not getting greedy, and I'm just trying to get this bottom arm in. He might have a crossface here, and yeah, when he has this crossface here and he's dropping pretty heavy, what I like to do is I'll reach over with my fingers, and I'm not pulling his shoulder away, but I'm dropping my elbow. That's going to give me a little bit of relief on that shoulder pressure, and he'll start to kind of maybe ease up a little bit. Even so, it's a good detail to where I'm blocking. Now I'm here and I'm bridging up, and I'm able to get my hand inside. When I do, I start pushing him away, but I can't just push him away. It's not enough. So what I'll do is I'll drop my feet a little bit. I'll drop my feet and I'll start pushing at the same time as I'm kind of hip escaping straight back. When I do, his arm is stretching here. Once I feel that it's kind of stretched, even if I gotta really push down, I'll bring my arm over his tricep, not over his elbow. I don't want to hurt my opponent, right? Or my training partner. I just want to go right over his tricep here. When I do, I'll scissor my legs and switch my hips and make sure that I'm on my side. For drilling purposes, I'm flat right now, but I want to push and start getting on my side at the same time as I'm coming over. When I do, I'll switch my leg up and over, right? From here, I can still secure position. I don't want to stay here because I want him to ghost escape, right? And I can feel him coming for the ghost escape. I'm going through it again, right?
That's good.
And I'm here, I'm hugging, I'm bridging, however I am just to get my arm in here, right? Don't be loose with it neither. I don't want to just be here like this and then he pushes my arm over and then just kind of, you know, this is no good where guys are loose and they just start getting arm triangle and things. This is bad, right? So I know that I'm coming down, bridge, I'm here. Now I don't sit here. I'm going to change directions, right? I'm going to push him down, change directions and get on my side. Immediately come up and over. And when I do, I'm also going to kind of come up on my elbow to lift him, right? Come through, lift, and boom. Up and over. Immediately, I don't want him to ghost escape. I can tell he wants to bring his arm in. Come back. I don't want him to do that. So it's very important for me with the follow-up to come up and drop my elbow here. I don't want to waste my time coming all. I like to follow up sometimes with a sub. It's not what we're talking about, but it's still good to where I can just kind of come back and start holding. All right, so one more time, we'll hit that. He's here, he's around. I'm like, oh man, I'm in a bad spot, right? Man, I'd like to kind of, oh man, I didn't get this through. He comes back, oh man, I want to ghost. Bridge it. Get that arm in there. As soon as I do, I start framing away, shrimping back, and coming over. I want to make sure I turn to my side, don't lay flat here. All right, turn to my side, come up and over, scissor my legs, and hip up. All right, immediately you can kind of see my in here. Come back, lay flat. And what it looked like he was here. If I let him bring this arm in here, this is bad, right? This is where I know that I have to kind of, there's a few different things I can do to counter, but it's not going to be good. So as I do, I'm automatically coming up. You'll see my knee, how it stops. This is where I end up coming through. Now I can get ready to kind of come up. If not, you still got the reversal. It's not a sweep. It's more of a reversal, right? Because sweeps mostly have your legs involved.
Yep. Again, I think a key point there and a lesson for the guy on top, when you're starting to get extended, you got to let go. This one works really well in tournaments because you get guys or girls that are just, holding on for dear life. They passed. They're coming into side control to get excited, and they're squeezing and holding on and trying to keep that crossface, and you're able to get that extension. But if you feel yourself all extended this far out, you need to let go. You need to bring your elbows back and readjust and move to a different position. This kind of leads right into another reversal that we have. This one's super simple, and it, again, like we said, most of these happen just in transition. I'm controlling this head arm, and we like to call this the big man sweep because it doesn't look super technical, but I promise it is. As I get this arm across Paul's body, I'm gonna reach just like I would for a ghost. I'm just gonna roll over. I'm gonna end up on top. Now, this happens in the gi. When the guy's X-passing, it happens no gi, especially if they're loose passing and they just land funky. He lands with this arm across his body here. This is my trigger, and I'm immediately dishing this under and just rolling on top. I'm gonna show you Paul could actually demonstrate this. This is not an alligator roll because I'm twice Paul's size. It's this, again, it's a technical movement. It's stupid simple. I got one more for you guys here. This is more a variation of the first one. And so, as Paul's coming through, again, controlling that head arm, that's what I'm looking for. But I've messed up, he's got the side control. I'm gonna bump my hips by bringing my feet as close as I can to my butt. I'm gonna drop my elbow in, frame on Paul, just like that first movement we showed you. Boom, get my knee in. The difference here is I'm gonna take this leg and insert a butterfly hook right here. So turn so we can see. So I'm gonna go like this and insert the butterfly hook. Now this is something that I wish I would have done sooner. I started using this more recently, but as a white belt, I would never even dream of doing this. This is such a huge detail in jiu-jitsu by elevating and manipulating your opponent. The sooner you start using butterfly hooks, the easier life is gonna be for you. So Paul's hugging me. We'll go from the beginning. So I go boom, get my elbow in. This foot becomes a butterfly hook. And what I'm gonna do to trap Paul's last frame here is I'm gonna pin my head to the mat. It's almost like an uppercut motion that's gonna help trap his arm. But I'm gonna go along the mat to my ear, and then I'm gonna extend Paul and come up. When I get here, I don't wanna just get up. I already have Paul dead to rights in this arm triangle setup. I could crawl, and we've been through this. Get down, get the finish. So one more time. Bring my feet close to my butt. I'm gonna frame into Paul. Bring my knee in, insert my butterfly hook, trap this arm, sweep, climb and get the finish.
That one will definitely catch you guys off guard. It's caught me off guard a few times. I really like that one a lot. Like Dom said, you get those butterfly hooks, incorporate those. That elevate your game, that elevate your escapes a little bit better.
It's a huge game changer. And then let's look at chaining them together. Like so.
Okay.
I know we keep mentioning that these all happen in transition.
Transition.
A big portion of this. So say Paul's gonna hit that the tricep, right?
All right, so I come boom here, right? And maybe I wanted to get my knee in here and I wasn't able to, right? He's like, bam. So I'm gonna bridge again, boom. And I'm bringing my right arm underneath his belly. Now I can get ready to start the ghost escape, right? I can bridge up, hold it heavy, and I'm back. Hitting that tricep.
Yep. Come on down. One more time.
All right, so I wanted to hit the first one, boom, right? I didn't get it. So now I came through and I start framing him away. Once I do, I'm gonna scissor my legs again. All right?
So I want you to pay attention to like how I'm landing here, right? I'm not, so we'll scoot back. As I got swept, I'm not landing like, oh no. Like, I'm landing ready to fire into my next escape. So like, my feet are close to my butt. I'm switching right underneath his belly here, and I'm ghosting out, going right to the ghost. So you have to be ready. You got to anticipate. Like you got to know when you're getting reversed, when you're going over, and as you're landing, you're gonna be ready to fire into your next escape. I think that's one of the biggest key details, and being elusive and being slippery on the bottom, just being ready to fire.
Yeah, because you're gonna a lot of times escape off your opponent's counters. Mm-hmm. So your opponent's gonna counter, everyone counters slightly different. So you're gonna escape off of their counters and then go from there. Even when the guy's dropping their hips and they're not staying, on both knees, they're still exposing themselves to a different side control escape that we were working today. So
that's what we got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you want to see next, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.